Okay, welcome to another Paul's Asian adventure. Today we're doing another walk and talk. It's been a while, and we're up here walking again. It was kind of late, so it's kind of a bit dark, but that's okay. We're actually building over here now, doing something with the road. Not sure what, but something. It's been like this for a couple of weeks now, I think. So everything takes time in the Philippines. More fun in the Philippines, right?
Yeah.
So one thing we touched on, oh, look at this beautiful view here. One thing we did touch on our last video, when we talked about breaking up, well, not me and Mia, but breaking up in the Philippines, how tough that can be. We talked about that we were moving, and we're moving away from Dumaguete. And so I kind of wanted to touch a bit on that, why and what has motivated us to move. And I'll talk about what's motivating me, and I think it's pretty much the same with Mia, but she'll have to talk for herself. And as usual, I talk too much, so you just have to tell me when to stop. But okay. As I've mentioned in some other videos, my plan was originally to move around in Dumaguete. In the Philippines when I first came here, but due to some assignments and all that, it became difficult. I don't want to go into detail, but it became difficult, and I ended up in Dumaguete, and I've been here for about 1.5 years now. And so things are starting to open up. There have been a few newsletters, or not newsletters, but news bulletins about that we'll be able to travel from MGCQ to MGCQ Islands. So that's what brought all this on. So on the comments on a breakup thing, people were like saying, oh, you're moving to Valencia, you're moving somewhere else in Negros, and actually I'm not. We are going to stay put here in Dumaguete till things open up, meaning there's no more quarantine to go from one island to another. And we're hoping that happens by the beginning of November. But we don't know. Things change rapidly here in the Philippines, and one week they might say something and the next week they might say something else, because there's a lot of different approvals. One of the things that news bulletin said was that LGUs have to approve this, and that's that local government something?
Local government unit.
Local government unit. So they have to approve it as well. So everything is kind of on hold. Not even on hold, kind of in the planning phase till we get more clarification from the governments that we can start moving.
Traveling.
Yeah. So one of the things, I'm trying to be a minimalist, but I haven't quite yet succeeded, to be honest. So I have about 2 or maybe 3 balikbayan boxes I need to pack down, and I'm gonna put them with a friend. So once we are done traveling and have decided to settle down, whether it's in the Philippines or somewhere else, we'll have those shipped to us, and we'll go from there. So the thing, why are we leaving Dumaguete? Do we not like Dumaguete? Do we not love Dumaguete? What's wrong with Dumaguete, you might say? And I think I'll let Mia talk a bit about that. Why are we leaving, Mia? What do we love Dumaguete or do we not love Dumaguete? What's your opinion?
I think I can say for us,
Yeah.
we love Dumaguete, but we don't love Dumaguete.
Yeah, it has good sides and bad sides.
Yeah.
Oh, for you, what's the good side? What's the bad side for you?
Because I've been living here for
all your life?
All my life I've been living here, so I can say I can see a lot of good side and bad side of Dumaguete. So why I want to travel with you, why I want to leave Dumaguete, is that because I have not been traveled
other places before?
Yeah, I traveled, but just for a short time.
Yeah.
Short period of time.
Like to Cebu.
When you went back to the US.
And to Negros.
To Negros and all that. But I want to try
other islands.
Other islands, their cuisine and all that. I wanna know about their cultures and all that.
Yeah,
And
you want to have the experience of other places, yeah?
yes, I want to.
Well, what do you love about Dumaguete? I mean, you've only lived here really, so it's hard for you to judge Dumaguete compared to other places. But even with that said, what do you love about Dumaguete?
One thing I love Dumaguete is all the malls. I mean, there's no malls here. You only have one Robinson Mall.
No, you have City Mall, you have Robinson, you have...
Yeah, but there's no mall in it. Like...
Yeah, it's really small, really small.
Okay, a city mall.
Remember when we went to Bacolod?
Yeah.
How nice that mall was?
That was beautiful.
Yeah.
But like the malls here are just near to each other. So if you can't find anything in that one place, you can just, you know, have a walk to another. Like you can just, it's just a 5-minute walk and something like that. And
like from La Plaza to something else.
Unitop, and from Unitop to Tops and Bottom.
I don't think most people would call Unitop a mall. It's more like a big shop.
Department store.
Yeah, department store or something. Yeah, well, I think for me...
I love Sans Rival.
Oh, Sans Rival. You're gonna miss the Sans Rival. That's a restaurant. You're gonna miss that restaurant.
Yeah.
The boardwalk.
Not literally the boardwalk. I just love I will miss the food in the boardwalk.
Yeah.
I haven't eat balot because I feel
But that's not a Dumaguete thing. That's a Filipino thing.
That's a Filipino thing, but
Yeah. So, for me, are you done?
you continue.
Huh?
No.
You're not done?
I'm done.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. So for me, oh look at that doggy, sleeping. For me, what I'm gonna miss from Dumaguete and Negros in general, Dumaguete has a very vibrant life because there's so many foreigners. So a lot of foreigners have started restaurants, they've started some bars. I'm not really a bar type of going person, but I've been to some live music, some really good bands here, some really, really good bands. Lots of good restaurants, some really nice coffee shops, huh?
Yeah.
Really nice coffee shops. So they have, Dumaguete is like a big town feeling in a small town, for a lack of other type of description. So you got pretty much everything, but you don't have that big town feeling, you know, with crime and beggars and
there's
drugs.
beggars,
but nothing like Cebu City or Manila or something like that. But so where was I? So it's nice that way, but that has also led to some things that are not nice, and in particular one thing, and that is traffic and pollution. That's really the only really negative thing I can think of in Dumaguete is the traffic and the pollution, and maybe that prices are a bit higher here
now
than other places. But
before, babe, it's not
if you're in a really tight budget, I guess it bothers you, but I don't know. I think for most foreigners that have an okay pension, I don't think it makes that much difference. But the other thing that I really like here is like this where we're walking now, this nature, right?
Yeah.
It's really beautiful. And hello. Poor doggy. He looks at that dog, and that dog is so loved, and he's just abandoned.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to where I was. The nature. It's really some beautiful nature here. If you've seen some of my previous videos, and I'll put a link to that in the description, you'll see there's beautiful, corals around here to go scuba diving, and there is beautiful nature, some nice trails like we're walking in now. There is beautiful waterfalls.
Yeah.
There is that Smoky Mountain.
There's a lot of wonders
There's a lot of amazing stuff here, and the really nice thing is that you don't have to drive for hours and hours, and they're all close by.
Yeah.
A lot of that stuff is within 30 minutes, 40 minutes of Dumaguete. So it's really nice that way. So, I love Dumaguete, I have to admit it. And I feel at home here. But I'm still leaving because I want an adventure. I want more of an experience. I want to experience other places, to just have done that, and in the future maybe I'll come back and settle down here. I don't know, who knows, but I'm gonna miss this place, and I have good friends here too, so I'm gonna miss it even more, because it's easy to make friends here in Dumaguete. They have a Norwegian group, a Scandinavian group that meets 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday and Friday. And so easy to make friends here, so yeah.
But maybe it's also easy to make friends with other place.
Yeah.
I mean, Philippines is just the same. It's easy to make friends with.
Well, that's what we'll find out soon, huh?
Yeah.
Another thing that I didn't mention is that Dumaguete is a university town, so if you're interested in... Silliman is one of the top ranked universities here in the Philippines.
Silliman, yeah. Norso.
Well, Silliman's better. But,
I know. But
Norso students are going to hate me now.
but there's also like I've read about this, like Norso and Silliman.
Yeah.
Their rankings are just what
similar?
would be the word? Not similar, but they are chasing each other, like.
Oh, sometimes Norso's on top, sometimes Silliman's on top.
Yeah, something like that.
I don't know. I always loved Silliman from the first day I came here and saw it.
Maybe because you haven't been to Norso.
Well, I've been inside Silliman, and it's very professional, and all the students I've met from there have been ultra professional, perfect English, and just really, really professional. So
you also haven't been to.
Okay, let's not get off into university talk here. But my point is that if you're interested, like I was for a while before this whole quarantine thing, I was thinking of actually going in and taking an MBA here, doing night classes, and that way I was thinking I'll get to know some Filipinos that are, educated, and I could talk to them about their history and culture and make some Filipino friends and not just foreigner friends,
Yeah.
So that was my plan anyway, but that plan remember we were going to take classes at Silliman?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a university town, so that's also good. The nature, the food, the foreigners. Also, another thing that's very important is actually have some good hospitals, nothing like Manila or Cebu, but out of all these small towns, if you want to call Dumaguete a small town, it probably has one of the better hospitals. It's got Silliman Hospital, and it's got Ace Doctors.
Yes.
Ace Doctors Hospital, so that's really, really good. And look, fruits. Calamansi. No, not calamansi. What's it called again?
Rambutan.
Rambutan. Yeah. So Dumaguete has a lot to offer. The only minus I can think of right now, besides it being a bit higher in price than others equivalent towns, is maybe
too many cars.
Too many cars and pollutions. Because Dumaguete was really never designed for cars. So more and more people are getting cars, and there's cars parked everywhere on the road, stopped in the middle of the road, and it's just becoming like really ridiculous. And it's just going to get worse and worse and worse. There's no chance of it getting better, because they can't expand the roads like the national highway. They can't expand because there's houses on both sides.
Yeah.
Unless they take down those houses. I just don't see it. But anyway, a lot of places to explore, and we're excited, and we're gonna vlog all the way. So gotta subscribe to keep following us, and share it and like it and comments. So Mia, as usual, I did most of the talking.
Because I tried to, but then so just let you talk.
No, okay. Now you tell us what else was in your mind here about the traveling and leaving Dumaguete. Well, how do you feel about leaving Dumaguete? How about your family and all that?
I'm excited on leaving Dumaguete, because then I could get to experience different places. But thinking about my family is kind of sad for me, because we are family oriented, they say. We are family oriented, they say.
Yeah.
So I am bound with my family,
Yeah.
And even though we have quarrels and all that, we still have this connection, strong connection.
Yeah.
So it's kind of
Yeah.
sad for me, because thinking about it, it's like, you know, my decision in going with you is gonna be 50-50.
Oh, 50-50.
Yeah,
So you might end up staying.
I like to travel, baby.
But you said it's 50-50. It's like you might stay. Is it?
But I said, just thinking about it.
Oh, just
makes
thinking
me-
about it. Yeah. So what you will do,
But
you'll
you
go
know,
home.
there's
You'll go
a
home
better-
once in a while to see them. Maybe.
Is that a way of leaving me, babe?
Babe, why don't you go see your family for a week?
No thanks. We're doing video call, babe, right now, babe.
Zoom. We'll do Zoom. No need to be physically there anymore, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I can imagine it's tough. I know we haven't really spoken much about this, but there's been some. Oh, maybe I shouldn't say anything. But you want to talk about that family stuff or no?
No, there's been some difficulties in my families right now, so it's kinda like happy to live, just to, you know, don't think about the problems in the house and all that, what's
Yeah.
happening in the house. So it's kinda nice to just take off your mind of it.
Yeah, maybe we'll get into that another time. But
Yeah.
there are some issues in her family, and we're helping in one way. But there are some issues that we can't resolve. Let me put it that way. And then, so
I'm trying to resolve it, even though
I don't think it's
know.
possible to resolve, because it's
But you gotta be
it's an issue where a person has to decide to do the right thing,
yeah.
and that's not on you. That's on them. So but
You know, you gotta be
again, I know it sounds very secretive, but
you gotta be optimistic with everything that's happening in your life, because then it will lead you to a brighter future.
You gotta be optimistic. I agree, but you gotta be a realist too, right?
Yes, you
So-
gotta pair that two up.
Yeah, and sometimes one can be too optimistic, and then you're let down, and then you feel so depressed because you're let down. So you have to be optimistic and realist at the same time.
Yeah.
So anyway, we've been talking for a while now, and
It's getting real dark.
it's getting dark. I don't know if this video is going to work or not, because I don't know if you can even see our faces, but that might not be that important. More important to see Mia's face, I think, than mine. Everybody talks about you. Mia should be more on there. Mia.
It's kind of flattering.
Mia.
Thank you.
Mia. Anyway, so we just thought we'd talk a bit, as we did, about what we like about Dumaguete, and as I mentioned, all the stuff we love about Dumaguete. It's a really good place to be honest, but like I said, it's getting overpopulated. It's nice that there are a lot of expats here, but it's getting to the point where it's almost too much at one.
Yeah.
But now it's a bit less because a lot of people have left and there's no tourists, so it's actually okay right now. But before the quarantine, it was getting a bit much. It was like, felt like there was more foreigners than there were Filipinos for a while. It's kind of
Like
weird.
you look everywhere, there's
There's
Filipino foreigners there, and then
Yeah.
like, oh,
So I'm really excited. I'm really stoked. I wish in a way we'd done this before. I don't know why we didn't. I don't know why we waited so long. But it's one
maybe
of those
because
things.
we're trying to,
We didn't even think about it.
yeah,
We didn't really even think about it. We were just here. And it was after
we
the
talked
quarantine.
about it before, but we don't really have.
It's really after the quarantine we talked about it, right? Maybe that quarantine gave us a kick in the butt to do something.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's our plan, and both of us are stoked about it. And once we get going, once we get to the island, we'll let you know where it is. We want to keep it under wraps for now. Don't ask me why, but we do, and we will. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any comments, comment below, and I'll see you on the next video. This is Paul
And Mia.
signing out. Bye bye.
You're not taking.